Well, thank you, everyone. Hi, Sam. Sam's got a big smile on his face. So we have a friendly competition going between Sam and I and Kelly. So the New Holland history here, I'm going to talk a little bit about our past and a little bit of our worldwide heritage. And the reason for that is to show how we're going to leverage off of our strength, our worldwide strength, and also our past to help us lead the way for the future. So you can see here in 1952 where Leon Clace launched the first self-propelled combine. And in 1964, New Holland purchased that company, which was the Clason Company. And from there, you can go down through the history. Through the 1967, we started the design on the twin rotor combine. It took about 9 years. 1975, New Holland launched the first rotary combine in the business. Moving down through, in 2002, we launched the CR family and the CX family of combines. 2008, we launched the largest combine in North America, the 9080, and this is where our friendly competition is with Sam and I. We're both stating the horsepower is 523 horsepower. I guess our claim is we have two big rotors in our machine. In 2008, we also launched the world's largest combine, the CR9090, which is mainly for Europe. And 2010 model year will be our 35th year in the rotary combine business. A little bit of history to help set the stage of where New Holland's going to go for the future. We do have two combine plants that service the North American market. The top plant is Grand Island, Nebraska. And there's 4 models that will be produced out of the Grand Island plant. That's our rotary combine plant for North America. We also have the CX family of combine. There's 3 combines there, and that comes from ZimmComm, Belgium. Something people may not be aware of is ZimmComm also produces rotary combines for the world. And they have 3 models as well. A little bit about our twin rotor technology. We still have the twin rotors as we did back in 1975. The design has changed. The rotors are a little longer. But when we launched the CR, we realized that we wanted to go to 2 bigger rotors for certain conditions, more throughput. So we have 2 17-inch rotors for the smaller frame combines and 2 22-inch diameter rotors for the larger combine. More capacity. We know customers want to put more crop through in a day. Self-leveling shoe, we just talked a little bit about that from our John Deere friends, and New Holland launched the self-leveling shoe on the TX combine in 1991, and mainly for our Western Canadian friends. From that technology, what we needed to do was design a new combine, and we did, and that was called the CR and CX. Both of those combines were modular in concept, and we incorporated the self-leveling shoe into those machines. If the grain is level and our air distribution is level, then we're going to have more capacity, cleaner sample, less loss. The OptiClean, which is only offered in Europe at this point, the OptiClean shoe is a different concept, and it did win an award in Agritechnica. The OptiClean shoe is allowing us to, which is a post-shake. It provides a grain pan going in one direction and our top chaffer in the other direction, which balances out the shoe, and it creates a greater cascade effect between the grain pan and the top chaffer. That cascade effect allows more air blast through the grain, through the chaff, blows the mog out the back of the combine, and saves more grain. We have increased capacity. The OptiClean is available on the CR9090. A little bit of our history here. The train tracer that all of us have in the industry today with different terms was invented by New Holland back in 1985, and there's been advances along the way with lateral tilt and so on for better control of the header through fields. Something new that was launched in Europe as well is the grain cam system. I won a gold award in Agritechnica. The grain cam actually takes a photograph, if you will, of the crop as it's going through the clean grain elevator. What this does is tells the operator on the monitor if he has any cracked kernels that go through the elevator, and at that time he can make an adjustment on the fly, either the concave setting, rotor speed, and so on. This is the future of an automatic combine. We all have all the sensors today about rotor loss, tailings loss, shoe loss. Now we know what's happening with the kernels. IntelliCruise. IntelliCruise is a new system that we're offering only on the CX combine, which is only offered for the fixed drive feeder house. IntelliCruise is going to be a feed-based system in our feeder house, and as crop is flowing in the feeder house, it varies as you're going through the field. This will be like cruise control on a combine. So if you want to set the cruise to handle at a certain speed, based on the feed rate of what's coming in the machine, it'll automatically set how fast the travel or ground speed will be on that combine. CX only for fixed drive feeder houses. Again, we want a silver award for this technology. And the importance of all the things that I'm showing you is because we're leading the way in Europe. We're leveraging off of that strength here for North America. A lot of this technology will come to us someday soon. Something that's new on CX as well is edge guidance or smart steer. And what this is basically is a laser beam that's shooting down to the crop, and it's looking at the difference in crop weight, and it can determine if crop that's uncut or cut, and provide you auto guidance. This is a cheaper version of auto guidance. Instead of being GPS driven, it's coming off of laser guidance. So there's a future opportunity here for soybean growers. Today only offered on CX. We talked a little bit about the largest combine in North America, the CR9080. This does lead the Class 9 category as the Case IH model with 523 maximum horsepower. It does have the two 22-inch diameter rotors. It does have the largest cab in the industry. It does have the largest cleaning shoe in the industry. That machine walks away in crop and in tough conditions in Western Canada. Customers are very pleased with what they're seeing with that machine. We've also, this year, for model year 10, we'll launch that combine in corn and bean market. Ran it in Iowa last year and did a fantastic job in tough soybeans, pulling hills, unloading on the go, and larger headers. So customers in the Midwest will be very pleased with the 9080 as well. The last combine I'd like to talk about briefly here is the CR9090. We had the opportunity of breaking an old world record that was set by our friends from Kloss. The CR9090 was almost 600 horsepower, only offered in Europe at this particular time. There's a little history here behind the world record, the Guinness Book of World Records. What happened was you could see the dates here and the number of hours or bushels per acre of the old record. So one of our goals was to see, all right, we put more horsepower in these two 22-inch rotors. Now let's see what this thing can really do in crop. So we went out and did some bench testing, and what we came up with is 16,000 bushels an acre roughly in an 8-hour day. This beat the world record of 13,000 bushels in an 8-hour day, set back in 1990 with the stripper head. What we used was our auger head with a variable cutter bar. Our friends from Kloss came back and said, well, we still want to own that record, so they came back and they, in late September, beat our record with 19,000, almost 20,000 there in the UK. And our management group said, well, we got to keep the friendly competition going, so we got to throw out our chest and brag a little bit, and we can't just let those guys beat us, so we got to keep the game going. So we came back and again in late September there, and we beat their record, and now we have 20,000 bushels an hour. And we still hold the Guinness Book of World Records. A lot of fun, a lot of posturing, if you will, a lot of friendly competition. But because of that competition between us and our friends with Case IH and Kloss, it's providing the end user with the best product in the marketplace. The end user is going to win here. And that's my presentation, and I will enjoy if you guys come visit us on the New Holland lot. We can answer any more questions. Thank you for the opportunity.